Welcome to something short and sweet in the Parsha. This week, Parshas Acharei Mos-Kedoshim. With having had Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaAtzmaut this past week, I'd like to say a few words of appreciation to those people who gave so much to build the state of Israel, and appreciation for the Ribono Shel Olam for what he has given us. The Pasuk tells us, introducing the mitzvah of Orla, the fruit of the first 3 years of a new tree. The Torah says, Ki savo el ha'aretz unatatem. When you will go into the land and you will plant and you will have tree, etc. But the Medrash says, Ki savo el ha'aretz unatatem. When you go into the land, there's another message over here besides the mitzvah. When you go into the land, unatatem, and you should plant. Says the Medrash, a person might say, I've come into the land and I found it so bountiful. Everything I need is here. I'm already old. Why should I plant? By the time these plants bear fruit, I'm not going to be around here anymore. What's the purpose? Says the Medrash, Kishem shenichnastem umotzosem netios shenatu acherim. Just as you came in and you found plants that other people had planted, afatem heyunotem livneichem. So you do it as well for your children. Why did the Medrash say that HaKadosh Baruch Hu's argument kavayachol is plant because somebody planted for you? Why isn't it plant to do a chesed? Build the land, plant trees. Somebody has to do it. It's necessary for the next generation. In this religion, there are few things that have greater value than chesed. Olam chesed yibane. How do you like that? Olam chesed yibane. The future of the world is built on chesed. Without this chesed, you're not going to have the vegetation, etc., for the next generation. But it doesn't say that. It says somebody did it for you. You have to do it for the next generation. Now note, you're not doing it. It's not hakaras hatov. It's not gratitude. You're not giving it to the people who gave it to you, because what's the argument that the Medrash says? The person might say, I'm not going to be around. Well, if I'm not going to be around, the people who planted it before me certainly are not around. But it's for the next generation, so it's not gratitude. What is it? If I would find kol tov, I would find abundance, and I would take, and I wouldn't give back, as they would say, I would be a taker. And on this planet, one of the worst things that we could be is a taker. Rav Dessler famously says, the spiritual measure of man is how much he's a giver and how much he is a taker. So I'm going to come into the land and I'm just going to take? No. I have to redeem myself. I have to turn it around somehow. I have to give. Today, we get on an airplane and we go to Eretz Yisrael. And we find a land which is Malaya Kol Tov. The roads are paved. The streets are teeming with Acheinu B'nai Yisrael. The shuls, the yeshivas are filled with Jews. The kotel is there. The magic of Yerushalayim. Everything, ruchnius and gashmius, it's all there. And somebody planted it for us. Somebody built it for us. We have a woman in our community, a wonderful, wonderful woman, who was there in 1948. She lost her first husband She built, and people like her built that land with blood, sweat, and tears, literally. And now we come, and we found it Malaya Kol Tov. There are tens and hundreds of thousands of people like her that built that land. And we owe them so much to be able to go and walk the streets and benefit spiritually. We owe them. We need to find ways of thanking them. We need to find ways of giving back. And we need to thank the Ribono Shel Olam, who after all these years, in some measure, he's given us back our holy land. He's given us the ability to appreciate what we couldn't appreciate in the past, to appreciate which we longed for, our grandparents, our great-parents longed for. We owe these people, and we owe the Ribono Shel Olam. Thanks so much for listening. Have a wonderful Shabbos.